Good morrow, scholars. Welcome back to Survive the Night. As I mentioned in my Blood of the Dead video, 2 weeks ago, my cat Frida, if you have been on the channel long enough, you remember her, especially from my Twilight readings. You used to jump up here and be all in the camera and bother me. She died. I'm fairly certain it was a heart attack. I did everything I could, but there's just nothing to be done. And I just was emotionally devastated. The worst part about it was the fact that my little sister was right there when it happened. And I tried to protect her from the scene as much as I could, but yeah. Anyway, and then I was going to start recording earlier this week, but my brother came home from the military, so I put this off a little bit longer, just to kind of like settle in everything. Anyway, so I'm back. I mentioned if another animal dies, I will take time off. Let me know if you would prefer that I release a video saying something like that has happened, or if I should just continue what I've been doing and just not upload until I'm emotionally ready, and I'll see what I can do. Anyway, we are in chapter 8, page 90. That's going to bother me. There is no subheading for this series, I forgot. Shana visited me every day after my knee surgery. My soccer friends were busy with practice and games, and I could hardly get out of bed. But Shana always brought me a present, a packet of watermelon Pop Rocks. I love Pop Rocks. Do they still make those? I don't like the watermelon ones, though. A trashy tabloid magazine, a bag filled with tiny rubber dinosaurs. That would be awesome. I used to have those. I remember these glow-in-the-dark ones. Anyway. She'd hang out in my room for hours, watching terrible reality television and making up dirty limericks to scribble onto my cast. A week after I got home, Shana plucked the orange pill bottle off my bedside table and rattled it at me. "Can I have one of these?" she asked. "Why?" I frowned down at the wooden letters sitting in front of me. We were in the middle of a game of Scrabble. I've never played Scrabble, but I feel like I should win. "They're just pain meds." Shana laughed and popped the bottle open, dumping the white pills into her palm. "They're not just for pain," she said, tossing 2 into her mouth. "They can be for fun, too." "Shana," I reached for my friend's hand, but it vanishes, leaving me grasping. "Oh, okay. What did you give me?" "Let's call it your glass slipper." Shana's voice in my ear, and then it's gone. She's gone. I turn and stumble forward, catching myself against the tunnel wall. I want to go home. I picture myself burrowing into my bed and pulling my familiar blue and purple paisley, and I don't know what that is, but I think I've heard that before as a name. A print blanket over my face. I can practically feel the pillow beneath my cheek. What? I don't know where I was. My eyes drift closed, and I lean against the wall of the tunnel, breathing deep. Home is so far away. I feel the distance suddenly, like a great cavernous space. I miss my blanket and my pillow so badly my chest aches. I wish I were in bed now. I wish I were far away from all this. I push myself away from the wall, trying to ignore the churning feeling in my stomach. The colors around me switch places, and a film of sweat gathers on my lower back, just above my jeans. I hate that spot. I think I'm going to vomit, but I just double over, gasping for breath. Well, had she vomited, it might have helped. Probably not. I think it'd be too late if she's already at this point. I don't do drugs. I barely take ibuprofen if I can avoid it. When I straighten again, it feels like every person in the party has taken several steps closer to me. The flashing strobe lights distort their faces. Their skin melts from their skulls like popsicles in the sun. That'd be horrifying. A blonde girl wearing blue eyeshadow turns to me, skin dripping from her cheekbones. Her eye sockets sag, then cave in on themselves, tearing the rest of her face down into the depths of the black. What? I lurch forward, grasping for the girl's face, but my hands close only on air. I inhale, trying to calm myself down, but the air tastes like fish and rot and something else, something sweet and familiar that makes me gag. I'm not sure how to respond to this. Where was I? I need to get out of here. The air's too thick. I can't breathe. Anyone else think of that one joke? George Lopez? Never mind. I stumble toward the tunnel we all came down together. I see the entrance and hurry toward it, but the bouncer steps out of the shadows, blocking my way. I blink up at him. His torso dwarfs my entire body. And his head doesn't look human. Thick dark hair covers his cheeks and sprouts from his eyebrows. Then the hair starts to grow. It comes in faster and faster until it covers the man's entire face. I narrow my eyes. It's not hair. It's fur. Small dark eyes stare out from beneath the fur. They're predatory, like a bear's. Oh my word, I whisper, trembling. A snout juts out from the man's face where his nose should be. He peels his lips back, displaying teeth the length of kitchen knives. He's becoming the bear. I wish I could make a joke here, but I can't think of anything that would be funny. Also, one of my turtles apparently knows how to climb. I'm gonna have to do something about that. No one leaves, the bear says. Drool drips from his teeth. I cower, horrified, and tears form at the corners of my eyes. I turn and race back to the party before the skin starts melting from the bear's face. Elbows jab into my sides, and voices echo around me. I almost walk into a girl with long silky black hair and perfect skin. Don't be stupid, she's saying to her friend, a curvy girl with dark skin and a wild afro of hair. No, it's completely true, the girl with the afro says. Mark told me. Mark. There's this homeless guy who lives in the tunnels, and he's murdering all the hipsters coming down to party. Someone keep Miga safe. Where was I? Let me guess, this killer has a hook for a hand? Ooh, and I bet he escaped from a mental hospital at the edge of town. I'm serious. Some guy disappeared during the last rave. It was on the news and everything. Mark said they hushed up the part about it being a murder, but he was there. They never found his body, either. So it's probably still down here, rotting. The girls drop their voices to continue talking, and I can't hear them over the roar of the crowd anymore. I press my hands over my ears and squeeze my eyes shut, wishing I could melt into the ground. Everything's too loud, too close. Okay, so it's starting to look like it's just going to be normal horror rather than like supernatural or paranormal. But let's not rule it out just yet. There you are. Glow sticks blur through the darkness beyond my closed eyelids, and a strobe light flashes in the corner. The lights ooze and twist together, making my head spin. I stumble past the subway platform and down the train tunnel. Only then do I open my eyes again. I'm alone. Finally. I collapse against the cool brick wall and breathe in deep. That sweet smell still lingers in the air, just beneath the rot of the sewer. I look around, trying to figure out exactly where I am. The floor rises and falls beneath me, like it's breathing. A line of candles twists down the shadowy tunnel. Did I say that right? A line of candles twists down the shadowy tunnel. Their lights flickers over an old subway tracks and travels up the walls around me. I move deeper into the tunnel. Laughter and music still echo from the main party, making my head pound. Now my head hurts. Speaking of ibuprofen, I follow the tracks until the voices are just a murmur in the distance. Graffiti covers the bricks. "We're watching," one message reads in spiky green paint. Another says, "You're next." My drug-addled brain twists these words, making them look alive. They creep and move over the bricks. I blink and the words go still. I wrap my arms around my chest, shivering. I know they'll start moving again as soon as I close my eyes. They're waiting for me to look away. Where was I? And then, out of nowhere, I hear a thin, horrified scream. I step away from the wall. "Hello?" My voice booms around me, but I'm not sure if it's because I'm shouting or if the word echoes inside my own head. I make my way farther down the tunnel. The candle flames flicker gently, even though there's no wind. I fumble in my bag for my phone, but come up empty-handed. I swear under my breath. I don't do that. I don't swear at all. The shadows move. I stiffen. Rusty train tracks stretch ahead of me, then disappear into the black. The walls start to close in, but then I look at them and they jerk back into place. Someone traced their initials into the dust coating on the wall, dust coating the walls. MC plus RW forever. I don't know. I've been reading the Harry Potter books while I was away. So the RW makes me think of Ron Weasley, but the only person whose initials are MC would be Michael Corner, who dated Ginny. I press my head against the cool tile to keep the walls from moving again. Lawrence, the homeless guy who led us here, lurches out of the tunnel. I stumble back, horrified. I hadn't realized he followed us down here. His dreadlocks writhe around his shoulders like snakes. One of them pulls away from his head and hisses at me. Ugh. "Lawrence," I say, but the word gets stuck in my mouth. Lawrence's brilliant blue eyes seem to glow in the dark. Were they always blue? I seem to remember him having brown eyes, like warm coffee. He doesn't look at me as he walks down the tunnel, barefoot, the grocery bags tied to his feet long gone. I try again to find my voice. "Lawrence, I need to find..." Lawrence walks into me like I'm not there. I stumble backward, hitting my elbow against the wall. Pain shoots up my arm. "Watch it," I say, but I'm so high it sounds more like, ah. Sorry. Lawrence keeps walking. His dreadlocks lie still, but there appears to be something on his back. It's long and hooked, the edges serrated like a knife. I watch as it shudders beneath his shoulder blades, then disappears, leaving only a bloody wound behind. What? I'm not sure if she's just imagining things or if that's something that is actually happening. I'm kind of worried now. "Oh no," I whisper. My ankle twists beneath me and then I'm on the ground, my cheek pressed against the damp, earth-covered concrete. My hand smacks into a lit candle and it topples over, rolling deeper into the tunnel. It comes to rest near a pale hand. I scream. I push myself to my hands and knees and crawl backward. I expect the hand to grab me and drag its fingers along my face. I imagine the sharp points digging into my flesh. But the hand lays lifeless, still. Dead. Someone's dead. Some guy died during the last rave, I think, remembering the conversation I overheard. They never found his body. It's down here somewhere, rotting. I close my eyes and horror floods through me. I open them again, and the hand is gone. The candle flickers quietly, illuminating the dirt floor of the subway tunnel. I stare into the darkness until my eyes water, but I don't see anything. I blink, and the hand is back. A black onyx ring glitters from its finger. Okay, it hasn't been so long that I forgot about that. Julie? I whisper. No answer. My arms tremble beneath me, barely able to hold my weight. I crawl toward the hand. The candle sparks, then flickers out, leaving me in the dark. Julie? My voice cracks. I want to reach out and grab her hand to make sure it's still warm. Then I imagine it flipping onto its palm and crawling toward me like a spider. Ugh. Gosh darn it. The turtle that can climb, he just knocked over the filter. So now it's laying on its back. And he's looking all smug. Just like a pug or a bulldog or something. I don't know what it is. Anyway, where was I? Where was I? I run my fingers over the ground in front of me, but I feel only dirt and cold metal train tracks. I swing my bag off my shoulder and dig inside. The darkness presses in on me. Something brushes my arm and I scream. My bag slips from my hands and hits the ground. I grab for it and thrust my hand inside. My fingers bump up against my plastic cell phone case. I pull the phone out and switch the screen on. Light blinds me. I cringe and blink, waiting for the spots to clear from my eyes. Great, now I'm noticing the ones I have. Where was I? My throat goes dry. I aim the light into the darkness. Julie's dark curls shroud her face and crawl across the ground like vines. My fingers tremble. I don't want to see anything else, but my hand moves on its own, lowering the phone's beam to illuminate the rest of her body. Dried blood stiffens the front of her flimsy tank top and jeans. Patches of the blood still look... I feel like I missed a sentence, did I? Dried blood stiffens the front of her flimsy tank top and jeans. I want to say I read that, but I don't remember saying... Anyway. Patches of blood still look fresh, but the edges have hardened into a brown crust that flakes onto the ground and stains Julie's skin. Wet red pools wet line that area below her fingernails and gather around her knuckles. Vomit rises in my throat. I shake so badly I can hardly hold my phone. I shift the light to Julie's stomach. A gaping wound opens up in the space below her ribs. Bits of bone poke through her shirt, showing white in the shadows. It looks impossibly like someone carved out the middle of her body. Something shuffles, and I flinch, moving my phone to illuminate a huge brown rat. Its eyes reflected in the light. It holds the tip of Julie's finger in its tiny pink paws, and gnaws on it with sharp white teeth. I feel sick. Also, I need to go get the thing. But that's it for the chapter, so I'm going to have to end it here, because I need to get Iggy out of the tub. I need to have a stern talking to with the turtles. Need to feed Iggy also. Anyway, sorry that this chapter is kind of short, and the other one was about average. I was going to read 2 chapters from the other one, because it was only about 6 pages or so, but I figure let's not overtax me on my first day back. Hopefully tomorrow will be the second day back. And anyway, wish me luck, you guys. I hope you have a good day. Again, I'm really sorry about all the things that have been going on. What was I going to say next? I don't even remember. Anyway, until next time. Goodbye, everybody. I'm probably going to go back to bed.